David Cameron's actually covering up this paedophile ring.
Tom Cruise, now you told me a story, I know you've done this at other places, but about Tom Cruise taking that young boy and what happened. Could you just tell that story?
Sure. Well, the story about Tom Cruise really is, again, fits into the Ken Clark story about us not being treated the same.
Yeah.
Was that I got sent to an audition, and the audition basically was to go meet a casting director for a general casting.
How old was you?
I was 14 going on 15,
okay.
Somewhere during that period of time. And so the general castings were where I felt, and a lot of other child actors felt, was where you really got to know the casting director. And that's really what you wanted to do. That was the aim of the game. Get to know the casting director, so when they thought of somebody, they thought of you. Yeah. So pretty much you would do anything for a casting director.
Yeah. Castings are just if you're going to go to get a part in a film.
That's right, yeah. So it's a necessary thing.
You went to a casting.
Yeah, a general casting.
And Tom Cruise was there?
No, I went to a general casting to meet a casting director called Mary Selway, and she said, look, you know, Tom's in town, would you like to go and meet him? Because there's another movie he's doing.
Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise, yeah. There's a movie that he's doing, and he's looking for people. Great, love to. So I think we went down to the Dorchester Hotel, me and another boy, and I walked into the room, there was people there.
What do you mean you think you went to the Dorchester Hotel?
I think it was the Dorchester Hotel, it was on the corner of...
Because you went to so many places, weren't you?
That's right,
really?
yeah.
So,
yeah.
Right, okay.
So we went to all sorts of different hotels and stuff like that. I think it was the Dorchester. And we went there, and there was assistants and people there, and they, you know, basically there was drugs in the room, there was alcohol in the room that we could have and stuff like that.
What drugs?
Coke, basically. Make yourself at home, have some Coke, have some booze. Great, you know, that was all kind of very well. I sat on the sofa, did small talk. I was trying to impress everybody, you see. Yeah. And tell them my attitude. Yeah. I've just done this film, or I've just done that TV
program. You
wanted to be
an actor. You was only 14, so you was full of yourself. You had your energy of a 14-year-old who thought you was doing really well.
And I was competing against the other guy, right?
Yeah.
So,
and you're meeting Tom Cruise.
Yeah. So he comes into the room and says, hi guys, and basically just gets this other boy and just says, come with me. And that was it. And he disappeared into this other room. Now, during the, I think about 45 minutes, half an hour, you know, it was clear, I think, that we heard some noises going on, and, you know, it wasn't particularly pleasant.
What kind of noises did you hear? Going on, what we're talking about is the room that Tom Cruise took this young boy into, and what noises did you hear coming from there?
It sounded like someone being beaten up.
Beaten?
It sounded like someone...
What did you hear the kid screaming?
Yeah. It sounded like he was being beaten up. Yeah. And
how long was that going on for?
I don't know, maybe, you know, it started, and so the music went up in the room, everyone got a bit more animated in the room. So, you know, he came out, I think, after about 45 minutes, and clearly he looked like he'd just been beaten up. He had red face here, and, you know, he'd been crying, you know, he looked very upset. However, by the time it was like, thanks guys for coming, and I was like, oh, okay.
Hang on, so he's come out of the room.
Yeah.
Did Tom Cruise come out after him?
No.
So you never saw Tom Cruise again?
No.
So Tom Cruise has taken a young boy, how old was he?
Same age as me, you know, 14 going on 15.
14 going on 15, into a room, beat him, or did he have sex with him, or what?
Well, this is what I'm saying, is that when the kid came out and we were going down the elevator together, you know, you don't really talk. He was talking about the new car that he was going to get, or his family was going to get. They'd been offered a, you know, I don't know what car it was, some latest new thing anyway, the BMW or something, that his family was going to get, and he was going to get his part in this film. He thought he'd had sex with Tom Cruise, and that's all I basically say on it, really. Because, you know, I don't know, I wasn't there.
What did what was his words to you?
Was, I've had sex with Tom Cruise, right? And he was actually not so upset about it.
But it seemed to you like Tom Cruise had violent sex with this kid?
Yeah.
Violent sex?
Well, I don't know because I wasn't there, but
the kid
thought he'd had sex with Tom Cruise, and he thought he was going to have this movie. They certainly had the car because his family got given the car.
So after this happened, this occurrence, when Tom Cruise, or whoever was working with for Tom Cruise, sent this kid the car, or the money for a car.
Well, his family. His family, yeah. That's how they bought you off.
But he never got the part in the film?
No, I don't think they ever materialised. I don't think there was a film, to be fair. You know, and I went to a lot of auditions where there weren't real projects, you know. Indiana Jones and the Garden of Eden, we auditioned for, we all had to take our tops off because we were in the Garden of Eden. You know, that we watched the film, it's the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, you know, it had nothing to do with the Garden of Eden, and you think, and that was years and years and years ago.